Okay, a lot of you have been asking about Surfskate to buy, what lens should it be, what brand it should be. So I'm just trying to make this video to help you guys out. And so I'm just going to talk about the basics first. This is a Surfskate. This is what it looks like. Yeah. So a difference between a Surfskate and a skateboard. I think this is the main part. Surfskate has a swivel, so it can move, it can turn. Yeah. um, but when it comes to a skateboard, this is static. And also the wheels, which are called the trucks, they're smaller in a skateboard, whereas on a surf skate is slightly bigger. The bottom trucks also on some of the surf skate is a bit loose, so basically it bends a little bit here and there, so you can get that surfing motion, the movement of building momentum. So let me break down what all components are there on a surf skate and what to look for. So this is called the deck. It has a grip tape. Mine's a bit dirty because we were surf skating in an under constructed skate park. This is a swivel. So depending on the brand that you buy, the swivel changes, the mechanism changes. I'll explain more on that later. This is trucks. These are called trucks, which are basically the wheels. And there are different sizes as well. This is a 32-inch surf skate, and this is a 33-inch surf skate. So let me tell you which kind of surf skate to buy and where do you get it from as well. Um, Also, this one's a fishtail. This is actually my favorite design. When it comes to a surf skate, the length of the surf skate has to be something that you need to keep your height in consideration. Generally the rule of thumb is the lengthier the surf skate, the more stable it is. Like this one's a lot more stable than this. There are a couple of brands that you can buy. So when it comes to surf skates, many brands of surf skates, and let me tell you the ones in India. So there's a Goan brand called Piso. You can buy that. That's a good beginner starter surf skate. My personal favorite is the Slide. This is an Italian imported surf skate. You get it in India as well, which soon going to be launching this on our website for people to buy. So this one's really smooth. Then there is Ogre that is sold by Skate Supply India. That's also pretty decent. That was my first board, but I grew out of it very quickly. And there is international brands like Carver and YOW. If you're traveling to other countries, then you can definitely pick the YOW or Carver surf skates. There's also Swell Tech, which is pretty big, in the US and Europe. So that is something that you can pick up as well. And I think there are some places where they can customize and create your own surf skate depending on the deck size that you buy and the wheel, etc. So you can customize that. So what is different in each of them? So this one has a spring in the swivel and it's pretty sturdy. The weight of it, I think, what I tell people is, if it's heavy, then it's got like a really good mechanism and it's pretty solid and it can withhold, you can stand like, the test of time. This one's pretty heavy. So the Ogre one has a bushing system. The problem with the bushing system is it wears out really soon and then it starts making squeaking sounds. So it's not so great. You grow out of it really quickly. Piso one, the clearance on this, you see this black color part that's there. The clearance on that particular part is thicker, so more falls. I think it's a bit more unstable. This is what I really love. So when it comes to wheels, there are acrylic wheels and there are rubber wheels. Rubber wheels go really smoothly. It's just like butter on the floor. It just goes like that, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love the motion, etc. So let me tell you about how surf skates got introduced, and basically, um, so a lot of people were surfing, and surf culture and skate culture is pretty tight knit. After surfing, what do? You want to chill on land. People would skate, and then would chill. Slowly, a lot of people wanted to get that same feeling of surfing on land and improve on turns and things like that. So they created the surf skate. And that's where surf skate was born. When it comes to a skateboard, you have to just push from your leg and then get momentum. But as a surf skate, you can be on it, and then there's an action of pumping. The more you pump, the better you pump. You can also, get momentum and turn, etc. So surfers just wanted to chill and hang out and have fun and get the same feeling of moving. So a lot of people surf skate, a lot of surfers surf skate. So does surf skate help you improve your surfing? as a beginner, when I started learning to surf skate, I think it gave me a good sense of balance, how your feet placement is, how well you're able to understand movement of your body and where the balance is, how your back foot placement is going to be. That really changed the way I surf. So it made a huge difference for my surf progress. I think that's what I believe. Some believe that okay, maybe it's not a big deal, you can improve surfing by surfing more, of course. But if you're landlocked like me, I live in Bangalore, this is something that's perfect to get you more comfortable, get that balance, etc. So that's what I do. When it comes to pros, when it comes to Surfskate and pros, a lot of pro surfers use the surf skate to do back turns, front turns, cutbacks, because you cannot get 50 waves in a single day. It's really hard. You have to paddle out, be there in the water, catch a wave, do all the maneuvers. But to get that muscle memory in, right? They practice on the ramps, they practice with the surf skates. So you get that motion of getting that cutbacks and getting that front turns and all of that. So that really helps pro surfers for sure. Okay, so what are the different kinds of sizes of surf skates? So like I said, this one's a 31-inch. Generally, it's written on the board. I am 5'10". 31 is perfect for me. 30 is a bit smaller. My first one was 30. I think it was a bit smaller. So when you're doing turns and when you're doing snapbacks, etc., it made me lose a bit of balance. This is 33. If you're into longboarding, I think this one is really good. Gives you a lot of balance. You can actually do cross stepping and things like that on that if you practice really well. Shorter the board, the easier to turn and snap. Bigger the board, more harder and stable. So it depends on why you use it. Particular surf skate, do you want to just get that feeling of skating? And I'm also 37 and I started surf skating when I was 35. So I joined pretty late. I tried surf skating pretty late in life, but I loved it. I think for somebody who lives in Bangalore, this is the closest feeling to surfing, and it is so great. So yeah, so if you're picking up a surf skate, the pricing starts from like say $9,000 and goes all the way to 40-50,000 bucks. The entry pricing, 8 to 11,000 bucks is Ogre, Piso. These are the surf skates. When it comes to slide, it starts with about 15-16K, goes all the way up to 20K. And when it comes to Carver or YOW, can go all the way up to 50K as well. It depends on the surf skate that you buy. If you want to do this more long term and you want to just use it, and get more comfortable with surf skating and also surf better, I would recommend go with a mid range. Don't go with an entry range because you outgrow it really soon. I have 3 surf skates, so you progress really fast and you realize, okay, the acrylic wheel ones is not something that you really want. So yeah, that's all about surf skating. We also host surf skate workshops in Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, and hopefully soon in more cities. And if you're interested, just hit us up and come for our surf skate meetups. And surf skates. Phew. The last thing that you need to know is if you're surf skating, somebody is surf skating and they get like, they're having fun and you're having fun and you want to share the stoke, you say, you.